It's time for yet another exciting edition of News Generation. I hope you've had a great week so far. My name is Faustina Safo, and coming up in this week's edition, as the world celebrates International Day for Monuments and Sites, we paid a visit to some historical sites. Also, Multimedia Group feeds hundreds at this year's Joy FM Easter Soup Kitchen. And on Community Report today, we take you to Russia, a suburb in Accra. All this and more we have lined up for you. You don't want to miss any of this. You're watching News Generation. Do stay.
The Cowbell Vita-Rich formula has been stolen. Get it back at all costs.
Tasting Cowbell with Vita-Rich has the 28 vitamins and minerals you need to be at the top of your game. Delicious, nutritious Cowbell with Vita-Rich, our milk.
Welcome back from the break. Remember, you can join our conversations online on Facebook at News Generation GH and on Twitter at NewsGenGH. Now to our first story. Ghana is known for familiar but questioning names of places that feature on maps and signposts. Some of these names form part of our historical events and landscapes from which we spring. One of such places is in a suburb of the capital called Russia. I paid a visit to Russia to find out why exactly did they choose to call that area that name. Stretching from Aigbe town through to Dansuman is Memeite, Russia. Ni Adote is the Memeite Wekunukba. He tells me Memeite was once upon a time a vast land filled with black smooth pebbles. Recalling his youthful days in the area, Ni Adote says games like Chaskele, which is basically the Ghanaian version of cricket played with old teams and cans, was a major sport back then.
Ashe, Atuampe, Chaskele, Chabo, Bekebi Naba, Nitwanke, Ko Uje school Badenche, Oye, no Kodo Bafi. Nida never go more active. Je Oje school Banibia and no fair computer.
He explained agriculture was the main source of livelihood and each family had a backyard garden.
Wabiamie, Wadakumuncho, she wabiamie. Je biane je na kan biane tomo wo biame ko ya school poe oyoni ehia lebi.
In our time, you eat at home before leaving for school. You are not given money. During break time, you come home to eat as well. Every home had a backyard garden where you could get some foodstuffs and need not to go to the market.
Mo fi amoye enwofio ni je garden fio ni ko ofo odo tu se no je bia na ni ko ba he ni no fe no ba he boy agbogloshi alo ya market no ya he tutubli me be na kan adu emomi fio duade fio shito fio akutuche mamoshi apapacho bango che kan bi ni ko tawa do wo ye ko je school ba no no ko cho ba na ko yi.
So why the name Russia?
Hani awo bi Russia ji wo cheme
Our fathers told us from Aigbe town through to Dansuman roundabout was called Memeite, which means 3 pebbles. But with civilization, the name has been adulterated. The name changed to Russia when Nkrumah decided to build estates in the area and awarded the contract to a Russian company, hence the name Russia.
Ne fe ake e kobie ne cafe estates ehi fe mo shina balaka ake Russia bi mbabie na ba fe estate bi e wo hani Russia be baka ne ba fe mmete Russia no ni Russia be ba fita gbe.
Reporting for News Generation, Faustina Safo. Interesting there. But moving on every 18th day of April, the world celebrates the International Day for Monuments and Sites with various types of activities, including visits to monuments and heritage sites. We visited the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, also known as Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, to find out how many people could identify with this national great.
The world celebrates monuments and sites across the globe. That is on the 18th of April. Here in Ghana, these sites have become tourist attraction. People travel far and near to gain knowledge about our monuments and sites. I am at the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, also known as the Kwame Nkrumah Park. But are we as Ghanaians interested in these monuments and sites? Follow me as I go out there to speak to Ghanaians, especially the youth, if they know about this mausoleum.
What I know about the museum is he was laid here. That's all I know about it.
Who was laid here?
Nkrumah. Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah.
Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah. When he died, he passed away, he was buried over there. That's what I know.
The mausoleum there, me myself like this, I know that it's Kwame Nkrumah who can build this mausoleum for Ghana. Yeah. And Jerry is the one who went to the body of Kwame Nkrumah at Cape Coast and can bury Kwame Nkrumah and his wife to the mausoleum inside. So in all things we can use during those time is there for excursion people to come see everything for their, like he gets some old telescope for there and in old t-shirt and coats and the undertaker where they go use bury them all day there for the excursion people for can watch everything.
We've just heard history about it way back in the primary school, but for me I can't say I know a lot about it.
Okay, so tell me, what were you taught in primary?
It was just about where Kwame Nkrumah's dead body was buried, you know, and some of his artifacts or things that he left behind were kept at the museum. That's what I know.
In an attempt to get more views, I realized many young people were ignorant about the relevance of the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum. They shied away from our cameras. The elderly, however, gave what sounded more like a nostalgic account. Others had no knowledge of the subject, hence they turned away. The old, on the other hand, had this to say.
This place was built, according to what I've been hearing from people, this place was built in remembrance of Kwame Nkrumah. For what he is the first president of the Republic of Ghana. He has done a lot, you see, and they built this place in his remembrance so that the future generation who are coming, they can see some of his works here. His statue is there, so many things are there. And it's not for Ghanaians alone, it's for the whole world. People from other foreign countries used to come here and come and see it because Nkrumah is a very great man indeed, you see. And he's one of the best leaders we have in Africa here, or let's say he's the best.
It was after Kwame Nkrumah had been overthrown and took exile in Guinea, when another government, that was a Champon government, came to power through means of coup d'etat. He negotiated with Secretary at that time, and he brought the remains of Kwame Nkrumah. That was 1972. By then, I've started working as a young boy or a young man, you know. And I think this is where they buried him. That's how we had a mausoleum.
Well, interesting views there from people. Oh, I love the place personally. I wouldn't give you my comment on that. But moving on, it was a great treat for thousands of underprivileged people who thronged the Accra Community Center for Joy FM's It's the Soup Kitchen. Apart from food and drinks, patrons, including head porters and street children, were screened by health professionals and also took home some clothes. It was fun. It was exciting. Let's take a look.
The Accra Community Center was filled with mostly women and children from various parts of the capital who were eager to participate in this year's Easter Soup Kitchen. Some individuals and corporate bodies who donated to support the cause were also present to assist the organizers feed the needy in society. Most of these underprivileged persons who thronged to the center work as head porters, popularly known as Kayaye, in the various markets in Accra. I engaged some of them and they expressed their gratitude to Joy FM for organizing this event and seized the opportunity to entreat the government to develop their hometowns in order to curtail their migration to the capital city in search of greener pastures.
We are really grateful to Joy FM for putting this together. It feels good to know that someone somewhere thinks about us too. Business isn't good and we are pleading with the government to develop our hometowns so we can also benefit. The holiday season didn't go in our favor, but thanks to Joy FM, we have something to eat today and we are grateful.
They also pleaded with the general public to desist from the inhumane treatment meted out to them and treat them with some respect.
We were forced to come to Accra due to the lack of development in our various hometowns, but the living conditions here leaves a lot to be desired. We are at the mercy of criminals and other people who treat us like animals.
So the next time you call on the services of a headquarter or come across any of these underprivileged people, remember, they are asking for something more than their payment, respect and humane treatment. Reporting for Joy News, Sarah Josu.
There's more news in local news round. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says government has allocated more than 450 million cedis towards its flagship One District, One Factory project. Dr. Mahmoud also announced government will no longer be getting electricity generated from expensive thermal plants. Instead, it will be turning to renewable sources such as solar. The Vice President was speaking at the first 100 days of the Akufo-Addo-led administration at Joy News Town Hall meeting. Government says it has increased funding for the National Health Insurance Scheme by 300 million cedis. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said payment of amount outstanding to hospitals the scheme owes is expected to begin next week. Dr. Bawumia said this while responding to a question on low government funding for the health sector at the 100 Days Town Hall meeting on Monday. Former Chief Executive of the Ghana Chamber of Mines, Joyce Ayi, says government must consider the utilization of lesser-known mineral resources, explaining that could bring the country good fortunes. She said Ghana was too dependent on gold mining while neglecting equally valuable minerals that could improve the livelihood of citizens. At the town hall meeting on the government's 100 days in office, Madam Joyce Ayi urged government to encourage mining of these resources. We're taking this quick break, and when we come back, we have more in store for you, so do stay.
The Cowbell Vita-Rich formula has been stolen. Get it back at all costs.
Tasting Cowbell with Vita-Rich has the 28 vitamins and minerals you need to be at the top of your game. Delicious, nutritious Cowbell with Vita-Rich, our milk.
Welcome back from the break. Remember, you can join our conversations online on Facebook at News Generation GH and on Twitter at News Gen GH. Now, as President Nana Akufo-Addo administration marks a little over 100 days, some major political parties have cited violent attacks by some pro-government vigilante groups as its major failing. Well, we have been discussing with you on this, and you have been sharing your views with us on WhatsApp.
I think President Nana Akufo-Addo has done well, but some initiatives he promised us has not been fulfilled. In his 2016 campaign, he said he was going to be able to make the Ghana cedi note be at par with the dollar, but up to now, we've not seen any effects on that. And about the introduction of the new 5 Ghana cedi notes, I think it wasn't really relevant since it's going to create some minor problems in the economic industry. For example, this new note could lead to the introduction of counterfeit notes into the system, which is going to bring our Ghana cedi notes down and also lead into the rejection and the printing of more new notes.
I think in 100 days he has done a lot, but since he has brought about more than 100 ministers, which will cost a lot after they are all paid. If more ministers are introduced, it causes a lot of problems since they are giving more money, which can reduce the economy of Ghana at one point. So I think if the ministers are able to make more improvement to the country and it benefits everyone, I think they will be needed very well. But if they don't do their job well, I'm not sure it's going to help the economy.
Well, for economy, I think everything is going well. On the issue of the reduction of the taxes, it's really going to help because the less tax on something imported means the prices are going to be lowered. And if that's the case, then our parents get to save more money.
I think that the number of ministers doesn't matter, so long as their pay is sufficient. I don't think someone should be paid above 10,000 for any work he does, because it's not like he's a manual worker. He only sits in his office in air condition. He gets a car free and then fuel free. So I don't think he should be paid 10,000. So I think that Akufo-Addo, the president, His Excellency Akufo-Addo, should try to cut down the pay of the ministers in order to help promote the economy.
But don't you think the job they do is so essential to the development that they should be paid well?
But it's essential, but it's not that essential. It's essential in the sense that without the ministers, some things cannot go on. But when they are there too, they don't, it's not like they go to the field and go and work. They only like sign documents, implement policies and so forth and so on. I don't see why they should be paid 10,000. Like the former governor of the Bank of Ghana was paid 89,000 Ghana cedis for he didn't do anything. Only in his office he signs and implements policies. I don't understand why he should be paid 89,000. That's a waste of money. So if Akufo-Addo, if His Excellency President Akufo-Addo can be able to cut down on some of the pay of the ministers and the government officials, I think to go a long way to boost the economy.
I agree with him because if they are paid a lot of money, it reduces the amount of money they pay those who work manually. For example, some teachers work for 3 years with no pay, but they can pay a minister or a member of parliament who sits in his office the whole day and does nothing, more than 4 billion Ghana cedis by the end of the year. So I think if they cut down their pay and used to pay teachers and other workers who help in the development of the country, to go a long way.
Again, about our President Nana Akufo-Addo's reign in power for 100 days, I think he has done well in security. But this issue on the Delta Force and Invisible Force in Kumasi has really created a disturbance in the Ashanti region. If Ghanaians are able to attack judges who stand for us to make sure our human rights are strictly given to us are being attacked, how much more we students in classrooms who are trying to learn to gain knowledge to better our futures. I believe if things are not placed in right places, conflicts and riots may start in Ghana, and this will really bring the name of Ghana and the reign of President Nana Akufo-Addo to an end.
Well, on the issue of security, I think if a judge has been attacked, like you said, then it means we aren't safe, right? But on the issue of education and economy, we've said everything has been good. So I believe everything will be well because everything seems to be going all right.
Pathetic. That's how female coach Ramatu Fabia described the state of female sports in Ghana. Speaking on the Our Day celebration of the Kotobabi cluster of schools, Fabia Ramatu bemoaned government's poor participation in the promotion of female football. Well, there's more in this report.
Awards to deserving students. So they will be called out right now for the celebrant to present the award to the deserving ones.
Sports is expected to be beneficial to all, but the state of female football in Ghana and across Africa leaves a lot to be desired, as it is a shadow of the male football. While it is understandable that male football probably enjoys a bigger audience, it's sad that female football is altogether ignored. To support female grassroots players, Rama's Vision donated football jerseys and exercise books to the Kotobabi cluster of schools. While advocating for government to shine the spotlight on female football, coach Ofebia Ramatu bemoaned government's poor participation in the promotion of female sports.
It's pathetic. You can't compare any female player to the male players here in Ghana. Most of our players break from camp and they are rendered unemployed. There's no proper structure technically. Any team for the women here in Ghana, they go through a lot of problems. Some are even training on their pitches and they are in their menses. There's no pad, nothing, no payment. They are not even regarded. It's so pathetic. It's sad. If I start talking about women football now, trust me, we won't finish this interview. Nothing is happening for us women in the sporting fraternity. When you go to the government and you talk to them, instead of them to support what you're doing, they ask what they're going to get in return. But as a government, it is for us, the nation. It shouldn't be black queens, black princesses or black maidens. If it's women's sports, in any smallest way possible, we should come together to support.
Salome Amankwa Mensah, winner of Ghana Most Beautiful 2011, advised pupils who may have special interest in sport not to ignore the importance of education.
When kids decide to play football, all they think about is football, football, football. So it is very good for the older ones to educate them, for them to know that you can't only play football, you have to be educated.
General Secretary of the People's National Convention Party, Atik Mohammed, emphasized on the need to inspire greatness in these young minds using sport as a medium.
Children are the leaders of tomorrow. We need to, at every point in time, take the opportunity to inspire and encourage them to become better and greater leaders tomorrow. And you can only do that through sports. You see, children get very excited when you invite them to places or to occasions like this. So at such a place, you can get to advise them and advise them really well.
For News Generation, Faustina Safo. There's more news in International News Round. Hundreds of Palestinians in Israeli jails launched a hunger strike on Monday following a call from leader and prominent prisoner Marwan Barghouti. Issa Qarik, head of prison affairs for the Palestinian Authority, said around 1,300 Palestinian prisoners were participating in the hunger strike and the number could rise. The strike was called in connection with Palestinian Prisoners' Day, as some 6,500 Palestinians are currently detained by Israel. Ethiopia's Prime Minister has rejected calls by the UN and EU for independent investigations into the deaths of hundreds of people during the month of anti-government protest. Haile Mariam Desalegn said that Ethiopia is able to carry out the investigations itself. Protests from the Amhara and Oromia regions have been complaining about political and economic depression. The government has imposed a state of emergency in response to the protest. Chelsea's captain, John Terry, will leave Stamford Bridge at the end of the season, the club has announced. The 36-year-old centre-back has made 713 appearances for Chelsea since his debut in 1998, scoring 66 goals. He has captained Chelsea 578 times, a club record, but has made just 4 Premier League starts this season. Well, the Olympic Games is a leading international sporting competition in which thousands of athletes from around the world participate in a variety of sporting competitions. Held every 4 years, the Olympic Games are considered the world's famous sports competition with more than 200 nations participating. Ever imagined how it would be like if children participated in this competition? Well, wonder no more. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to the baby games. We've got it all for you. The struggles. Oh, the intensity. The triumphs. First up, gymnastics. The American working it. Just look at that concentration. 10-meter toddle, one of the marquee events at any baby game. And there they go. China running away with it. Oh, looks like he's stuck on the line. And here comes Argentina on the outside. But China does it for gold. Back to gymnastics. Japan on the rings. Pressure has never been higher. What an effort. And now the Americans. The dismount. Nailed it. Gold for the U.S. Over to weightlifting. Argentina, can they do it? Oh, and it's a heartbreaking result. Well, the German just showboating. Now on to our final event, the 3-hurdle toddle. And there they go. A little unorthodox. France having some trouble on the last hurdle. Oh, and it's incredible. It's gold for France. Watch all your favorite Olympic moments on the Olympic Channel, where the games never end.
Well, here's the sad part. Unfortunately, we have to go. For those of you watching us right now, posting your comments on social media platforms, Facebook and Twitter, we say we love you and we do appreciate them. My name is Faustina Safo. From myself and my production crew, we say adios.